Well, hello. Right, well, 5 people watching already. This is fantastic. No one in the live chat yet. Do come on in and say hello and sort of take part in the stream. Now, I am very, very sorry, guys, that the last one just suddenly ended the way it did. I'm sort of having trouble with broadband. I'm still having trouble with broadband. But anyway, we'll see how we get on. Big fat welcome from me. Really pleased that anyone is able to watch this at all at the moment. So whether you're actually watching live right now as it goes out, or whether you're watching the upload later, you are very welcome, and it's great to have you with us. I see Sharon Lee is here, Runny Egg is here, hello, and Gnome de Plume is here as well. This is good news. So crazy weekend coming up. We've had quite a nice week in lots of ways, but from Wednesday it got a bit tricky. It was kind of like there was an unexploded bomb waiting to go off. And I guess, you know, for some of you that bomb went off, in which case my condolences and commiserations. And for some of you that bomb didn't go off, which is great news. What we have got this weekend is a tricky T-square coming up on Saturday. And that's between the moon, which is going to be conjunct Uranus, and it's also drawing in the sun and Mercury in Leo, along with Saturn in Aquarius. So we've got like Saturn, the lawmaker, Aquarius, the general out there influence, and Mercury, the messenger of the gods, in Leo, getting involved in this massive T-square. So it's looking like quite a complicated weekend as we go into it. Anyway, loads of people here now. This is great news. Twainer is here. Hi, Twainer. Twainer, I just found your email. I'm sorry I didn't answer it. So many emails coming in. I will have a look straight after the show and see what I can tell you about that. I have a feeling it's going to be good news, though. Earth Mama, nice to see you. Hope life is treating you well in New Jersey. Viviane is here. Jelly Belly, good to see you too. So thanks everyone for joining us. This is great. Cat May is here. Who else? Wow, I think I've just, Sweet Serenity, great. And Sweet Serenity says, looking lovely, and this is great news. I bet you're looking lovely as well, Sweet Serenity, actually. But great to have everyone here. Looks like a large proportion of the gang's all here, and this is what we like. Erin O'Nugent has joined us as well. Big hugs to you too from me and my guides, and I'm sure, Erin, your guides want to send you big hugs as well. That's kind of how it works. You know, they're a very loving bunch of people, our spirit guides. And if you saw my video the other day, I was talking about spirit guides. So much you can say about spirit guides. There will certainly be more videos. There's going to be a video a bit later after this one that I uploaded, just in case this didn't work. And it would have been tomorrow's, but it's going out today or later tonight in UK time. It's just a Freaky Friday read with the Halloween tarot. But anyway, let's get cracking with a card for everyone. I pulled this just before we started, and I've been contemplating it. It's from Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light deck, which is a wonderful deck. And it says, answer the call. And this is for everybody who is watching at the moment. Answer the call. And it asks, what is your soul calling you to do? So think about that, guys. Let's have that as the intention for this session. Okay. What is your soul calling you to do? Actually, especially with weeks like this when the astrology goes crazy and a lot of things have gone crazy, including my broadband, that is a great thing to focus on. You know, what is your soul calling you to do? Just, I want to say, sort of listen to your guides. I guess what I mean is look at the circumstances around you. Look at what's going on in your life. Which way is it pushing you? Always better to go with the flow if you possibly can. So Celtic Tarot Sheila has joined us. Great to see you, Sheila. Sheila, I haven't forgotten you, my friend. I've had such trouble with broadband. I don't like to go on and on about it, but it's just been absolutely hopeless lately. I've had things dropping out, and 2 of the last 3 streams, I think, didn't actually make it through to the end because of that. So got to work something out with you and I, and with Danny Shea as well. Really looking forward to getting Danny on the show. Ron Unconditional Love Tarot is going to be around too at some point, I've no doubt. He's not with us right now in the chat, but I'm really want to get him involved in one of these videos soon. I'm hoping to go on his channel too. Too many to mention though. Lots and lots of invitations I'm honored to have had to network with people and just, you know, be on other people's channels, which it's great. Really nice to network it, you know. And Sheila is saying, I understand it will happen when it happens in perfect time. And this is it, Sheila. Yeah, very wise words, actually. This is just it. Things happen when they're meant to. And maybe, like I said, with that answer the call card, I should be looking at what's going on and wondering what I'm being nudged to do by my guides. Anyway, at the moment, I'm being nudged to drink some Coke. Really not product placement, but I just fancied a Coke tonight instead of a cup of tea, just for a change. Anyway, Beverly is here. Didn't get notified, Beverly. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, crazy internet we've got at the moment. Maybe it's the hot weather around the world. I've worked out that some of the troubles I've been having, you might have seen some of my videos, they like freeze up and then like either there's music playing and nothing happening, or there's nothing at all happening and the YouTube clock is still ticking. Really mad. And I think what's happened is when I've been making those driving videos, I think I've baked my iPhone from having it in the car window for so long. I think that's what the problem has actually been. So I'll have to get some other kind of camera to use in the car. Oh, there's so much to do, so much to work on. But these crazy things that go on in life are all nudging us in essentially the right direction. You know, it often doesn't feel like the right direction, but it really is when you get down to it. Hello, Ms. Allison. Nice to have you with us too. This is great. Loads of people here. Rich rising, lovely, says Ms. Allison. I'm going to put that on the screen because that is a real nice sentiment. So what are we going to do with this crazy weekend, eh? The whole title, I've got this book of astrology here. Let me show you what it is because it's a real useful book. I'm no great astrologer, by the way. I look these things up all the time. This is Llewellyn's Daily Planetary Guide, and it's a real positive one. It really is. But it also, you know, the way it's positive is really good because it also shows you the negative stuff. And through that, it shows you a way out of the negative stuff. It allows you to find a way forward. And that's really important. So last week's title was A Blast from the Past. Well, it's still this week's because it goes up to the 1st of August. And this is July 30th at the moment. So we're not there yet. And this is what we've got this weekend. We've got this mad T-square, and that looks like it's going to run on through Sunday as well. The Sun conjunct Mercury as well on Sunday. So, wow, look out for communication stuff going on. Next week's title, for August 2nd to the 8th, is Mother's Little Helper. And it says a number of challenging transits to Uranus and Saturn throughout the week will have everyone reaching for the collective Valium. So that's looking like a bit of a crazy week. I'm not recommending anybody reaches for the Valium, by the way. There is always a better way. There really is. Now then, Beverly tells us crazy weather, thunderstorms, cloud cover daily and hot. Now hit this time. Yeah. Normal thunderstorms daily is not yet. I know what you mean. It's been mad here. I'm sure it's very different here, Beverly, because I'm right on the other side of the globe from you. But it's been insane. We've had 3 really big heat waves this year, and this time last week I was just praying for a cold day. You know, I was leaving my drapes half closed so that when I came back in, the house wouldn't have got too hot. And, you know, that's how manic it was. We don't have air conditioning in UK usually, and I certainly haven't got it because we would only need it 2 or 3 weeks of the year at the most. So I just had a cold fan, which was blowing hot air about. I was just sick of how hot it was last week. But now we've had the most manic thunderstorms and stuff going on. It's as calm as anything right now. So fingers crossed. It's going to stay calm throughout my broadcast here, and I'm going to be able to get on with it. But I've been addressing my internet connection problems. I've got a better camera for one thing. That's not so much the connection. But I bought an amazing Category 8 Ethernet cable, which is super fast. and it's joined me up to my router. I've also got a new router which is due to be delivered tomorrow, so I'll get that plugged in, and maybe that will improve things a bit more. Who knows? But so far, things are looking pretty good this evening. Cecile is here. Sweet Serenity is cooking. Lee Walster is in our midst. Thanks for coming in, Lee. Great to have you with us. Lee, quite a mediumistic presence himself, actually. And all you guys bring a real positive energy to this. Absolutely, for sure. This is great. It's great to see everyone kind of relating to each other. So Lee is in Mount Rainier. What's WA? Washington State, I guess that is. I'm learning more and more sort of American geography as I go along, kind of meeting people and getting things done and stuff. Okay, well, I'm not seeing any questions yet, and that is absolutely fine. But let's just do a bit of a spread. And this really is for you if you're drawn to it. Let's do a 5-carder from Tarot in Wonderland, my deck of choice. Let's see what we get. And Summers is saying, yeah, so true about the weather. Very windy. And Sam is in London, actually, which is about 3 hours drive, maybe 4 hours drive from here. Quite a long way from me because I'm right out on the coast of West Wales. And Sam, if you watch the UK weather forecast, you'll see that there's this sort of pattern of storms in the southwest. And where I live, it's just on the end of where it says Birmingham. I'm just next to the B. That word Birmingham on our weather chart stretches all the way across to West Wales. And I'm right under where the letter B is. And that's right on the edge of this band of storms. So I'm lucky I'm on. I'm lucky stuff is working. I really am. And Lee says, yes, Andy Washington. That's good. Thank you, sir. I'm getting to know these prefixes and titles and names for places. VA really had me stuffed for a while, and I realized it was Virginia. And that was a Texas girl in Virginia who told me that. So that was good news. Hi, Dale Christine. Nice to have you with us. Okay. Holly, I'll come to you in a second, okay? But I am going to do a quick tarot spread here. I'm going to cut the deck and I'm going to take the first 5 cards, 3, 4, 5, and we will go through these 5 cards and see what they've got for everyone. This ought to tell anyone who's been drawn to the show tonight, this ought to tell you something. Wow, I've got junk all over my desk. That didn't take long. New desk about 3 weeks ago and it's already covered in junk. Okay, first card, 3 of Pentacles, guys. So you're making steady progress, whatever you're up to at the moment. I'd like to think I'm making steady progress with the internet as well. I ought to know how to handle it by now, but it keeps changing all the time. Does life keep changing on you? Well, don't worry about it. Just keep going. That's essentially the message of the 3 of Pentacles. Very earthy energy as well. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn energies there. Next card, Page of Pentacles upside down. So this shows that it's going to be slow progress as we go forward from this time. And looking at next week's astrology, I'm not surprised. But again, the message really is just keep going. Let's have a look at them the right way up. This is the page here, standing on what look to me like pieces of buttered toast or their sandwiches or something. Can you see they've got like lettuce sticking out of them? Not sure what the symbology of that is, but it's all nature. And I guess that's kind of good food being ignored. So anyway, he came out upside down. So there's not a lot of progress going on there, really. Middle card, Heart of the Matter, number 15 in the Major Arcana. This one is El Diablo, the Devil. And it's not really a satanic kind of influence with this card, not at all. It's just time to go. It's time to start trying to make things happen. But as we've seen, this is not an easy time to make progress. Number 5, Major Arcana again, and we've got the Hierophant, and this is card number 4. And in this card, Alice is consulting with her higher self, which the grinning Cheshire cat in the tree is all about. So what have we got for our outcome card? Card number 5 in this one, and it's the Emperor. And this really does sum up that 5-card spread very well indeed, because the energy of this card is all about being careful with resources, hanging on to things until you need them, not, don't want to stop the flow of abundance by hanging on to things too much. But the Emperor says, got to use things wisely. And since we've got one crazy week ahead of us at this moment, that is extremely good advice, actually. But maybe we can't use our energies very positively in the immediate future, but there's going to be another immediate future after that, which right now isn't immediate, but by then it will be. So keep your powder dry, don't scare the horses, just kind of wait patiently, particularly actually if you're in a situation where you're wondering about a relationship matter at the moment. Really don't scare the horses, just give it time. It's that kind of influence, it's that kind of astrology. The moon is entering Taurus today. It's not there, it's 9:30 p.m. UK time, so that's going to be 3:30 p.m. Central. So that's still getting on it's about 3 hours and 40 minutes from this very minute. And if you're watching in the future, that doesn't mean a lot, but you've been drawn to this now for a reason. You really have. Okay, so that Taurus moon is something to think about whenever you're watching this. Just think about that kind of compassionate energy. Yeah, that's the thing to do, because Taurus brings in a lot of compassion after everything that we have had going on with the Aries moon, which is always a pretty crazy thing. Aries, very positive, ram-like energy, gets things done, no stopping it, but it really is a punch, and not everybody wants to go with the flow of that energy. Holly is asking, Andy, could you give me a date that would be ideal for my biopsy? Well, I'll try, Holly, right? But I've got to say, spirit guides are very cagey about time. I'm going to just kind of pull some numbers out of the Tarot in Wonderland deck at this point, okay? But there really are no guarantees. I've told this story several times now, and I hope I'm not boring anyone, but I know we've got some new viewers, and hey, thanks for coming along, guys. It's great to have everyone on board. It's lovely to see the subscriptions going up as well. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Be part of the Twig Brother thing that's always going on. You're very, very welcome, and it helps our spirit guides get zeroed into each other. But yeah, I'll quickly tell this story again. Two of my most strong, most knowledgeable, most experienced mentors as a spiritualist medium wanted to sell their house, going back a few years. And so they went to see a British medium called Derek Akora, who since has passed as well, actually. He was very, very good at what he did. A lot of people think he was a fake, but that was stuff he did with TV. He was genuinely the real deal. And they paid him 500 British pounds, which is 700 US dollars at this moment. 500 quid to Derek Akora to find out when their house was going to sell. And Derek Akora said their house was going to sell in September. And it did sell in September 5 years later. Okay, there's no time in the spirit world, and it's kind of difficult to call. Okay, but let's pull some cards and just kind of take the numbers from them. So I'm going to ask first for a month. Okay, I'm going to ask for a month, and we've got the Page of Wands. So that is 10... That is 11 in the suit of wands, isn't it? Okay, so the month is 11. Okay, what's the day going to be? Got the Knight of Pentacles here. So what's that? Okay, page 9. So this is the 12, really, in the deck of Pentacles. So 11, 12. So it's going to be the 12th of November. Is looking like an ideal date. That's what's coming up for me at the moment. And I wonder, kind of, I've pulled the 10 of Cups, all right? So 10 a.m. is probably a good time for you, but I don't really want to say that, okay? Because like I say, Spirit, very, very cagey about time. But that's what we've got for you on that one, Holly, okay? 12th of November. That's a way away yet, actually, isn't it? But I feel you've got time, And here we go. It's time I now take care of myself. Couldn't agree more, actually. You really can't keep putting this off. Fair enough. Well, you've got a breather there because we're in the 7th month now. So 8, 9, 10, gosh, you've got 4 months by my reckoning there. But if I was you, I'd get something booked pretty soon, because the most important thing, Holly, is to actually look after yourself. You know, the angels will look after you, God will look after you, the Great Spirit will be looking after you. Every one of us has got spirit guides who are on the case looking after us all the time, but we've got to do our bit too. There was a saying when I was in training to be a priest, and I didn't make it, but I went into college to learn to be a priest at one time in my life. And we had a saying, Jesus will protect you, but don't forget to lock your bike. In other words, someone might steal your bike. You could pray for someone not to steal your bike, but at the same time, why not put a lock on it? Why make God do all the work? If you kind of look after yourself, you make it easier for the divine energies to look after you that bit better. Right, so Holly, good luck with that. Yeah, do take care of yourself. Take good care of yourself. I think we're looking at a pretty positive outcome there, but don't be putting it off. I did for ages. So I've got a lump on my neck here. I had it checked out. It isn't cancer, but I put off getting it checked out for a long time, just in case they were going to tell me it was cancer. And that was really seriously the last thing I wanted. Really, it was. So look after yourself, Holly. Thanks for your question, by the way. Also, some kind soul has just this minute sent me a donation through coffee. I can't see who it is yet, but it popped up on my iPhone. Oh, no, it's gone weird now. Yeah, see that one where it says coffee.com? So they do pop up. They just don't give me the person's name. But thanks to everyone who's been donating through coffee, by the way. And if you'd like to support me, support the channel, and by that, I mean really support all of us who are connected with the channel, please do pop a donation in if you can afford it. If you can't afford it, no sweat. This is meant to be free, really is. But coffee.com/twig, because it's free to air, but it's not free to do. I've spent something like £300 on equipment this week, which would be $420 on equipment this week. But some very kind people have actually donated, and it has made everything possible. All things are possible. Just got to keep visualizing, believing, praying, asking for what you want. Ms. Allison has a question. Do you know what is a dream telling you if you're wrapped in gold from head to toe and sitting in a gold chair? Well, I'm not very knowledgeable about what the books about dream interpretation tell people. Alison, this is the thing, right? But you know, I'm a medium, I'm a psychic, I pick things up. So let's see where we go with that. Okay, so basically you're golden. That's what I feel it's telling you. You're golden. You're sort of good to go. There is a plan going on with you at the moment, Alison, and you've actually got questions of your own as regards whether you're in the right place in the right time to be making that commitment to step forward. And I feel that once you actually do step forward, you're going to be really committed. There's going to be like no going back. But the bottom line is that what's in front of you at the moment is something that you've been training for lifetimes, really, which is the name of another card actually from another deck, but there we go. Yeah, you've been training for it for lifetimes. You've made a lot of progress in your life. Now it's time to go forward, and you're golden. Now you're sitting in a golden chair in this, and that to me is like the energy of the chariot. You don't have to do all the work yourself. Life is actually carrying you forward at the moment, but you are going places, my friend. You are going places, right? I'm really sure you are. But the overall meaning of the gold is partly it is that you're golden, like I said. The other thing is, you know, you've been wrapped in gold by divine influences, by celestial influences. So make the most of it, okay? And know that as you keep going forward on your journey, you're going to be having a lot of other very positive influences taking you forward, making things happen for you. Okay, hope that helps you, Alison. Thanks so much for that question. Let's pull you a card on that just before we move away. 10 of Wands. All right, do cut the cord. Okay, you need here to cut the cord at this point, with something that is draining your resources at the moment. See what we've got here is Mr. Guinea Pig. He has got the 10 wands tied to his back, and he's quite miserable looking because they're weighing him down. What he really wants to be working on is the nice, fruity, juicy, sweety things that he's got in the wheelbarrow in front of him. That's what he's really all about. These ones are holding him back, and those ones represent a situation from the past where you're helping others, you know, and it's always good to help others, but sometimes you've got to be a bit cruel to be kind. You've got to cut the cord. Those people, right, are ready to actually live their own lives now and take charge of themselves, and it's the best thing, really, if they do that. So don't be afraid to cut the cord. If we cut the cord with a situation or a person that we need to still have that cord with, the cord will grow back, okay? That's invariably how it goes. So don't worry about it. But yeah, you're golden, and thanks for your question. Thanks so much. As Twainer says, if you'd like a private reading, my email is scrolling along the bottom of your screen at this moment, 35and83@gmail.com, along with my coffee address and my PayPal link. All of those things are down there in the description beneath this video as well, by the way. So if you'd like a private reading, or if you'd like an astrological birth chart, do drop me an email and we'll fix something up. I'm also actually, and this is to do with G Kim. Hi G, if you're watching. G has been asking me to do some kind of one-to-one tuition sessions, and I'll certainly do that to help you with your spiritual development if you want. Afraid there's always a fee involved, but this, guys, is what I do for a living. So there we go. Anyway, we have come on to Aria's song. Hi Aria, and hi Steve as well. Great to have Steve on board with us here. Okay, right, and oh, this is good. I'm gonna read that out in a minute, Sam. But right now we are with Aria's song. Hello, Andy. Hello, Aria's song. My dad is administrator of his late brother's humble estate, 14 years now, and the court date was postponed once again. His nephew is seeking 50%. Will this end amicably? Yes, it will. It will end amicably, Aria. Okay, the card I turned over is the 10 of Cups, happy ever after. Now, I don't actually think it's going to go all that well for his nephew, but his nephew isn't going to be nasty about it. That's what I'm picking up. Okay, in terms of a court date, I don't think that's going to be too far away, okay, because I've turned over the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups is a real dreamer. Someone in charge of that situation, in charge of that whole case, is just not getting their you-know-what together, basically, and someone will step in. These things are being monitored, and when it's been a really long time, certain things kick in within the system, and that is going to be seen to. I'm not going to say terribly soon, but I think you're only a year or two away from getting that sorted at the very most, probably even before that. But that's what I've been given to say, a couple of years. So I hope that helps you, Aria's song. And the reason I'm able to kind of go with my intuition, if you will, is what Sam is saying here. Everyone, Twiggy is an amazing medium. He told me something last week that only the other side could have told him. Thank you very much, Sam. That is wonderful, wonderful validation. And I feel honored to have been a part of that. But this is it, guys. You know, if you're wanting to work as a psychic, if you're wanting to work as a reader, try it, okay? If you're very new to it, just try it with friends, try it with family, people who are going to understand, and be clear that you're just trying, okay? And see what they say. If you keep on getting it right, you're on a roll, and, you know, that way you know you're on the wavelength, you know you've got the gift, you know that it's working. And the more you do it, the more confidence you build up. That's the thing. You know, one of the biggest problems that new trainees in mediumship and the psychic realms and reading the cards and stuff have is that they get the answers in their head straight away, but they don't really feel confident about giving the answers out because it's just a bit scary, you know, sometimes to give someone advice that they're going to take to heart. You think, oh, have I got that right? Have I got that right? The first thing that comes into your head when you're working with a spirit guide is pretty much the right answer. Well, it is the right answer. The only reason I say it's pretty much the right answer is that sometimes it comes in a language you understand, and you have to give it out in a language that everyone can understand. For example, sometimes when I work in churches, I might get a rather potty-mouthed soul from the other side, and they don't turn into angels overnight. And I have to take out the potty mouth and find a better way of saying it, you know. I bet you can imagine what I mean. I bet you can imagine what I mean. But yeah, just go with the flow, guys. Really go with the flow. Anyway, Sam, thanks very much for that. I really appreciate that validation from you, and so kind of you to put it up on the screen for everyone to see in the chat. Sweet Serenity is asking, may I know, will Rod and I see each other again? Once we kissed, transported Egypt on Nile many thousands of years ago. He was so special. Wow. Okay. Well, Egyptian energy is fantastic. Spiritual energy. They, you know, I absolutely, totally admire and revere Native American wisdom. I would say ancient Egyptian wisdom is on a par with that in a big way. It's something that informs some of the better tarot decks out there, and it's something that informs all of us who are on the spiritual path. Okay, let's turn a card over. Right. The Hanged Man, Sweet Serenity. All right, so this tells me that you will see each other again for sure, but it's going to be a while, okay? You're going to have to plow your own furrow, keep on living your own life, and it's going to be okay. See, the Hanged Man has got a nice cup of tea, which is working upside down, and he's got a nice slice of bread to eat there. So he's okay. It's not a bad situation, this. So everything's as it should be at the moment, Sweet Serenity. But it's a yes. Just got to give it lots and lots of time, my friend. Hope that helps you. Thanks so much for that question. And you're saying, yes, I never experienced anything like what I did with Rod. We experienced at some moment. Yeah. Amazing. Okay. Right then, now then, more questions pouring in. If I miss your question, guys, do type it in again. You don't have to ask questions. I'm quite happy sitting here and talking. But if you've got a question, do type it in. And if you can, like, mouse over it and copy it to your clipboard so you can post it in again, because I'm bound to miss it. It's what I'm like. It's how I operate. Okay. And I make no apologies. It's what I've been guided to do. Gnome de Plume has a question. I will come to you in a tick, actually. Oh, no, I'm coming to you. I just wanted to say hi to Gartha there, and the chat kind of jumped. Hi, Gartha. Great you're with us. Thanks so much for coming. 33 online at the moment. Let's see, 33 big fat thumbs ups down there on the old thumbs up-ogram down underneath there. And do hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, guys. Also, right, if you're subscribed, please check to see that you're still subscribed, because it's crazy. Sometimes I'll put on 10, 15 subscribers in a week, and a few days later it's gone down, you know, quite a lot, sometimes below what I had before. Sometimes all 15 go. YouTube say this is because they're making sure people aren't a spam bot. I think they're just being mean, quite honestly, because YouTube are pretty mean, if you ask me. I shouldn't perhaps say that, because they are letting me reach out around the world, and that's no bad thing, but it's a mean old algorithm there. So please do check to see if you're still subscribed, and if you're not, hit that button again, or hit it in the first place. Tap the bell so you get all the notifications, because there's more videos coming all the time. And this live stream, I've got to say, it is working. Touch wood. Hope I'm not getting above myself there, but we are like over half an hour into it, and it hasn't dropped out or gone weird. So it's better than it was doing on, was it Wednesday night, when it cut out altogether. Nom de plume, I need a new dog sitter. Excuse me, any insight or any insight or advice for finding the right one? Okay. I get the feeling there are several people interested in that, actually, but they may be kind of egotistical people, because I've got the 5 of Wands here for you. All right. I've also got, I feel it's going to be quite a difficult process, because as well as that, I've got the 10 of Swords. So it's not going to be an easy process. It's really not. Okay. But it definitely works out in the end, because the very next card I got is the 4 of Wands. and this is very, very positive. All right, she's sitting with her cats here, but that'll do as an analogy for dogs. So there are going to be good energies around, okay? Go with the person you feel the best energy with, and also see that person with your dog or dogs. Okay, make sure that you're happy as well, because the dogs can be happy with someone, but if you're not happy with that dog sitter, the dogs will pick up on it and they won't be happy either. It's a bit like children, a lot like children, actually, the way it goes. But follow your heart, nom de plume. That's the thing to do, really. Follow your heart. It is going to happen, because as we move on from this question, I've got the Two of Wands. So it is moving ahead. It is moving forwards. Two of Wands came up in today's Freaky Friday reading upload, which I uploaded earlier. It's going to be live, let me see, about 1:30 p.m. Central USA time. So that's a little while after this finishes. This is going to be going, actually, it's just after this finishes, thinking about it. So look out for it and check it out. I think there are other good things coming up just after this finishes. I think like Andrea at Lilac Lantern goes live. I think there are great things happening on Fridays, basically. But I did put that upload in there today using my amazing new camera, which seems to have really good sound on it. And that is coming up a bit later. So do look out for that, because it's got the Two of Wands in it as well, which shows progress. Cecilia, it's Cecilia. See, I keep wanting to call you Cecilia. And hi, Seascape, by the way, I saw you tuning in earlier. Cecile, question, my daughter and 3 grandkids are moving in with daughter's boyfriend on Sunday. Is he a good match for her and the kids? Let's get the pendulum out on that one, okay? Let me just put the cards to one side. Let's get this. Now, I'm drawn to the healing pendulum. Okay, so something needs to heal here. I think we just all need to be kind of calm and not worry too much about this. Now then, is he a good match for your daughter and the 3 grandkids? Let's just ask the pendulum. It's giving me a yes. It's giving me a slow kind of a yes, right? Okay. I think it's going to take time for everyone to get tuned in with each other, but do give it time, okay? I know first impressions count. I don't think this guy is the best person in the world at first impressions, to be quite honest, but give him time, because the pendulum said yes, he is going to be a good match. Sometimes good matches are like matches that you strike and you get a flame coming off the end before they really settle down. Okay, let's go to Martin 958 at this point. Okay, curious as to the thoughts of my former girlfriend when I saw her at the swimming pool all those years ago. Right. Yeah, let's go with the tarot again. Tarot is getting good exercise tonight, but I work with this deck almost 24/7, actually. Well, 16/7. I sleep for 8 if I possibly can. If it's not madly hot weather, like we were talking about with Beverly earlier in the show, actually. Cecile says he's a good man, but has some growing up left to do. Yeah, this is it. It's going to take some time. But yeah, he sounds good, and the pendulum's saying good match, and it looks pretty positive for me going forward as well. But yeah, Martin, as to the thoughts of your former girlfriend when you saw her at the swimming pool all those years ago, I'm going to just slice through the deck and see what we get. Oh, Knight of Pentacles. Right, she's basically been quite overprotective of herself. Her thoughts are that she liked you a lot, okay, and didn't really want to be away, okay. I don't think she really wanted to be your former girlfriend in her heart of hearts, but she was just overprotected. See how overprotected we've got the Knight of Pentacles looking here. Great abundance, and it's all held up because there's just so much self-protectionism going on, okay. She wanted to protect herself, Martin, and it's just that curiosity about the future. As I said in the last reading, is that guy the best guy for the lady's grandkids? Well, it looks like it, but anyone would worry about a thing like that. I'm feeling that at this moment, she kind of regrets being your former girlfriend. But at the time, it was like the only thing she could do. Something might happen, though. Something positive might happen because we've got the Wheel of Fortune here, which is just telling me that it's not all over. Yeah, many years ago, by the sound of it, but it's definitely not all over yet. It might seem an impossible thing, Martin, but get your manifesting head on. Try and visualize, believe, good things happening in that direction, because good things can happen. Really, they can. Okay. She was with a friend. Yeah, this is very often what happens. Sometimes when you go on a date, the person brings a friend, and that friend is partly for protection, and that friend is usually a pain in the behind, actually, but they bring them along for a reason. They just bring them along to kind of, I don't know, give them a way out if they want a way out. But yeah, I think it could be positive in the future, Martin. I really do. Thanks for your question. Good luck. Well, good luck with finding someone good who loves you. That is definitely feasible, definitely possible. Sometimes you've got to leave the past behind and keep going. Okay. This channel is suitable for advertising, folks. Okay, YouTube algorithm, this channel is suitable for advertising. It really is. Sunshine, hello. And Sunshine says hello too. I think a mechanic in Tantrum did something to my van. Is it going to be a major expense? Is it safe to drive short distance? I've got a yes on the safe to drive short distance bit. Okay, card I've turned over on that one is the King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles loves life and sort of loves abundance and loves sharing things as well. So I don't know quite how that would relate to this situation, where obviously your van isn't feeling right. But I believe what's happened is I think that mechanic's missed something that was loose. All right. I feel it is safe to drive at short distances, but quite honestly, I daren't really say that in case there is something wrong. I've just got this niggling feeling that there might be. Drive short distances, drive really slow, okay? And don't have music on or anything like that. Don't have people talking to you, because you want to be able to hear the engine note. That's what's being said to me, okay? I think it's an engine problem rather than the wheels are going to fall off or the brakes aren't going to work. Okay, but just listen to that engine, because you don't want it to get overheated or anything like that. I don't think it was exactly a tantrum with you. The mechanic was having a tantrum and forgot something. And what I'm saying is you don't put anything into an engine without filtering it first. I think there's a bit of metal swarf or some kind of foreign object got into the engine. Probably worth getting it checked out, actually. Dip your oil, see what the oil looks like, maybe even change the oil, take the plug out underneath. You can look up any car online and it'll tell you how to get the plug out of the sump. It's just a nut, and you drain the oil out into a plastic dish or something like a washing up bowl underneath the where the engine is, and just look in that, see if there's bits of silver metal, see if it looks all right. It'll tell you online, it'll tell you on YouTube, actually. If you search for your own car and put in oil change, you'll see what that's all about there. Before you do that, do buy some more oil and make sure it's the right oil for your car. But I think that's the problem. I don't think the mechanic actually meant to do anything crazy. I just think the mechanic was distracted, Sunshine. Hope that helps you, my friend, but do drive carefully and try and keep the speed down as much as possible. And I include that in the speed of the engine, So when you turn the engine on, give it a few seconds, give it a good half a minute before you put it in gear and drive, because the engine goes from being cold to being almost exploding with all, well, it is, engines explode. That's how the cylinders move, the pistons move in the cylinders from explosions. So you turn a car on, it gets a big shock. Let it just settle down before you drive away, and baby that engine, and I think you're going to be all right, Sunshine. Disclaimer on this, for entertainment purposes only, YouTube. It should say it in the description. I can't remember if I put it in or not, but I've done my best for you there, but do kind of triple check, especially where it's something to do with safety. Good luck, Sunshine. Wish you all the best with that. Okay, let's go to Erin at this point. Okay. Question, card for a dream about an orange and white kitten that tore the head off a snake. Oh, okay. Ace of Swords, right? There are some concerns there, okay, that a gentle energy can actually be quite a fierce energy on the other side of it. There's concerns about, is someone around you kind of hiding their dark side, basically, okay? At the same time, it is quite natural for any cat, no matter how young, to actually attack rodents, to attack snakes. It's kind of normal. They're kind of fearless, you know. They're beautiful, cute, cuddly little things, but they are fearless. Tinkerbell, who you can see at in the top corner of my screen there, Tinkerbell, at that age, and she's only about 6 months old in that, maybe she's a year, I don't know, but she's a tiny cat. She was going outside and there were big rows and lots of cat noise and fighting noises, and she'd come in, she would take on big cats and she would win. Now, orange and white kitten, for me, is telling me there's a feral influence with that cat as well. So think about your own kind of nature, all right? The most wonderful people, you know, we all come from feral roots, and all of us have something aggressive within us. It's just that some of us are better at suppressing it than others. And I know you're a beautiful soul, Erin. I've got no doubt about that. But do be aware that, you know, we've all got that animal self. So I guess you have too. But look, I've pulled you a card and I've got the Ace of Wands. So things are, you know, looking pretty good. Something you want to do, go ahead and do it. Don't let that dream worry you. Don't let it put you off. Go ahead and do it. Certainly proceed with caution. Okay, but I don't see any problems coming for you. And I've got to notice the next card in the deck here, which is the Three of Cups. Really positive energy, an upward spiral for whatever you want to do at the moment. Okay, and quite honestly, some snakes are better with their heads torn off, if you ask me. And I apologize to the nature gods there, to be quite honest, for saying that. But that's just what I feel. Okay, right. I saw a question. Let's get to it. So anyway, let's do this. Let's do Martin. I wonder if she knows how poorly I think of her now. 9 of Wands. Try and stop worrying about it, okay? There's no need for this guy to be on his guard. There really isn't, honestly. That's the energy of this. No need to be on your guard. No need to worry about that, honestly. Really, don't worry, mate. Really don't. Okay. Just try your best to move on. I think she still thinks of you, actually. I think she has regrets about that. I really do. Sweet Serenity says, please thumbs up the video and share across social media. Thank you, Sweet Serenity. Yeah, please do, guys. Really appreciate it. You know, it's great to get networked, and, you know, it's just wonderful the way you guys support me. I don't know how I could realistically ask for more, but you know what YouTube's like. You know what the internet is like. Share me around your social media. Help me get the message out there. It helps absolutely no end. Sammers is asking, brother, can we send a healing thought for Donna Wittereed? I'm sure she must have had her up by now. Well, she doesn't seem to be with us this evening, so that's kind of unusual, you know. So maybe something's happened. And I've just turned over a card, got the Four of Pentacles. It's abundance, it's positive, but for whatever reason, she's hiding away from the world right now. And yeah, I feel the opposite happened, and she's in recovery. In any case, she's kind of stepped back for the world at the moment. So guys, let's all do that. Let's send a healing thought out for Donna, our friend, very much our sister on this channel. She's been here so many times on the live readings. And as we send that healing out, let's have a thought of gratitude that as our prayers are going out, they're already being answered, because it is for the highest good of all concerned. Let's, you know, send a prayer out for everyone who needs our help, and let's send healing, you know, whatever kind of healing, let's send that out at the moment. It's possible to send distance healing, even if you're not like Reiki qualified or an experienced medium or you know, anything like that. Just send that healing energy out. Hold that thought. Okay, it'll do people good. You can't send too much healing. If your healing reaches the person and they're healed enough, that healing energy will go on and spread some light around the world. So let's just take 5 seconds and send that healing out. Great. Great. The more you do that, the more you become attuned to the healing energy. It's a wonderful thing. It really is. I'm looking for questions. I have spotted some questions while I was talking. But then, you know, I kind of keep going until I've done the thing I'm doing. Vivian is asking, okay, will my husband stay at current job working from home, or will he get a better job working from home? If so, when, please? He's very stressed. Thank you. Okay, well, thanks for your question, Vivian. Let's take a look into that. Okay, so let's break that up. Will he stay at his current job working from home, please? Circle for yes, back and forth for no. Clockwise circle, pretty straightforward. That looks like a yes to me. Looks like he'll stay at his current job, but in that case, that's a no to him getting a better job working from home. Is it? Will he get a better job, please, Spirit of the Pendulum? Will he get a better job working from home? It's not saying yes, it's not saying no. Okay, zero energy behind that one. Okay, now he's very stressed, so that's the thing to look at. So we've got that he's going to stay in his current job. Ooh. Is he going to become less stressed, please? Yeah, the stress is going to lift. That was a slow start, but it's doing bigger and bigger circles now. Doing massive circles. It's outside of my hand now altogether. So a lot of very strong energy here, Vivian, saying that stress is going to lift. What really needs to happen, I feel, is that someone else who's causing that stress, or maybe many people are causing that stress, but there's someone in charge somewhere who are causing that stress. Also, very knotted up situation. We've got the nines. Yes, we've got the 9 of swords here. Every one of those swords is a problem that needs to be sorted out by the Mad March Hare, who's trying to sleep in bed. It is 4 a.m. I think on his clock there. Yeah, it's either 20 past 2 or 10 past 4 a.m. Not sure. 20 past 2, I think, actually. But yeah, he can't sleep because of all these things going on, different situations, and that's what's building the stress up. Someone who's in charge there is going to take some action. But what your husband can do to alleviate that stress, which would be good because he needs this job, I'm being told, Vivian, it's good for him to keep having this job, is just deal with things one at a time. When there's a lot going on, it can feel like you've really got to deal with everything at once, or it's just, you know, everything's going to be hopeless. But no, honestly, you take one of these swords down, the first one, right? And then there's only 8 swords left after that. And the one sword might not fix everything. It might only just fix a tiny little bit of it. But all the other problems are that little bit less complicated because of dealing with the first problem. So you keep taking the swords down one at a time, and you address these things one at a time, and eventually all the swords have kind of gone. It's a bit like, it's reminding me of when I worked in an office. I've worked in many offices, actually, and quite often I'd get to work in the morning and my in tray would be absolutely full, and, you know, I'd sort some of the things out, but very few things on some days would end up in the out tray. Most of them would end up in the pending tray, and that really knotted me up because I knew the next day there'd be more in the in tray and more not sorted out in the pending tray. The answer to that was to have a particular day when I went through the pending tray, one little thing at a time. Eventually, the pending tray would be empty, usually in less time than I thought it was going to take, actually. So that's the answer, Vivian. Okay, he's going to stay in the current job. The stress is going to go down. And the thing for him to do is tackle things one thing at a time. It's the only show in town there. It really is. Okay, now then, I'm just scrolling up and down. Twin sister buying your new home on the beach. Oh, that's nice. That is seriously nice, sweet Serenity. I like that one. Okay. Okay. What's Erin saying? Don't have a cat, but I wish I did. Just wandered out of life before the dream, but felt a little better after it. Big yellow blanket also in the dream. Right. Okay. Well, if you really want a cat, try and manifest one. Okay. Even if you live somewhere where you're not really allowed to keep animals, you can kind of make, a cat will come along that you can make friends with and put little bits of food out for, even if you can't bring the cat in the house. Okay, I feel for you. I'm a real cat person. I love cats. There were a few years up until about 3-4 years ago, I didn't have a cat for maybe 5 years, and that just did my head in. I love having cats. I really do. So I hope one comes along for you. Sounds like, if you've seen one in a dream, it sounds like the cat energy is building up for you. Really? Okay. Ellen Quinlan, I will be 65 on Sunday. Can't remember a time that I was ever this depressed. Oh, sorry, Ellen. Could I please get a card? Thank you. Okay. Right, I think this is a good time, actually, to open up Mr. Kyle Gray's Keepers of the Light deck. Okay, I think this is where we'll look now. And let's see, because what we get from this deck is we get some divine direction. And that's not just about addressing your problem. It's like where you're going, there's a road out of depression. There is always a road out of depression. And this is what we've got for you, right? And you must be pretty down. I'm so sorry to see this, but this is a card of truth. It's turquoise all over it. And that's an afterlife color as well as a truth color. And it is the Holy Spirit. It says, expect miracles. It also says, remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. You're being looked after, Ellen. Okay, I really hope that helps you to take heart and try and it's so easy for me to sit here and say try and think positive, but it's the only way out. Honestly, I've been so depressed the last few days because it looked like my broadband was going to give up. And I'm right on the edge here. I'm a long way from the phone exchange, and broadband is terrible here. The engineers tell me they're amazed that I can get it at all. My whole YouTube thing could just go pop like that any time and just stop happening. And that gets me so down sometimes. But all I can really do is keep trying things. So I bought it. I don't know if you can see it over in the corner there. There's like a black line just where my finger is. That's my new cable, and I had to drive all over Wales to find that cable, and it's got me on. It's got things happening, so keep trying to do things about it, okay? But the Holy Spirit there saying expect miracles. It is going to be a miracle, okay? But you're going to get a place. And guys, let us send out some healing thoughts to Ellen, because I'm sure she needs them. I'm sure she needs them. I really am. I saw a question from Sam there. Okay. Oh, Lee, that's nice. Have a happy birthday, Ellen Quinlan. Great. There you go. See, you're in good company. Lee's got 3 good friends with the same birthday. There you go. You're in good company. And Lee, you're feeling down too. Sorry to hear that, my friend. I really hope things improve. I really do. While we're praying, Sweet Serenity says, please may I ask for prayers for twin sister Carol. She is busy. Really works hard. Business, looking forward to her retirement sooner than later. Okay, so I'll send out a prayer for that. For Sweet Serenity's sister Carol. Okay. Right stuff. I saw something from Sam there. I was just going to go. Here we go. Okay. I wrote a post earlier today about a haunted wardrobe. Did you read it? I didn't, Sam. I'm sorry. I've been messing around with the internet all day. Would like to know if you feel it really is a spirit portal. I don't feel it's naturally a spirit portal, Sam. All right, I'm going to do you a card on that and just see what the card tells us, because they're pretty good like that. I don't feel it is a spiritual portal, but if you believe it is, if you put that belief in it, then that's what it will eventually become, surely. Okay, that's how it follows. The card I've drawn for you, Summers, is Melchizedek, Higher Learning. Okay, and there's a lot of alchemy with Melchizedek, law of attraction, you know. And yeah, you can kind of attract that. If you feel there's a negative spirit presence and it's acting as a portal that way, just send cleansing thoughts out to you, okay? The lighter your vibration, the more kind of love you put out in that direction, the less harm the dark can do. And I know the dark worries you. We were talking about it the other day. But Melchizedek will make all the difference. He says, you have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. And it feels to me you've learned some pretty hard lessons with spirit portals in the past, Sam. Just, you know, that's the higher learning is to just move on from that, okay? And life will show you the way. My daughter had a spooky wardrobe that scared her, and I took it outside and I actually cut it up and used it for firewood. That was my way of getting rid of it. I kind of wish I hadn't done that now, because unfortunately it was a very expensive wardrobe and I had to buy a new one. And I realized I could have just cleansed it, could have just cleared it. Okay. Even if you want it to be a spirit portal, it's good to cleanse it and clear it, burn some sage, maybe burn some Palo Santo if you can get hold of it. Okay. And the thing to do is burn the sage, get it really burning. Okay. Let the flame go out. Don't blow it out. Just let the flame go out. Waft the sage around whatever you want to cleanse, your cards, your space, in that wardrobe particularly, and pray that as the smoke clears, the smoke will take away with it any negative influence and leave only positive things behind. Okay. So whatever that wardrobe space is up to, it'll become a good portal if you do that, Sam. Okay. Right, and that's the reason you were scared of my YouTube video on the dark. But Sam, you know, it's all how we think of these things. That spirit, that video yesterday, really, that was all about spirit guides, and it was about angels and everything. Okay, and that was just one little bit of it where I mentioned the dark. And it's just good not to talk too much about the dark, because that way you give it power. But I really wouldn't worry about it, Sam. I can see a nice clear light around you. Okay, and just don't worry about that being a portal. Smudge it, okay, if you want. That's my advice. Doesn't mean it's going to stay evil or be evil at all until you smudge it. Just holding the intention that you're going to smudge it will do the trick, okay? If there's any darkness out there, it knows you're talking to me. It knows you're linking into all the group energy here, which is so positive, okay? And it'll be on the run. It's not going to bother you, okay, Sam? And I'll send out my protectional thoughts as well, all right? But ask your gatekeeper as well, right? And then you'll be kind of belt and braces, all done up, all sewn up, so that nothing can give you any harassment. Okay, Sam, so best of luck with that. I don't think you need luck. Oh, yeah, you simply told it to stop and no more. Great stuff. Great stuff. Okay, and great video, well, guys. Thank you, Vivian. I'm glad you enjoyed it. There is a video coming up about 30 minutes from now, around about the time I finish this. Well, probably have to finish this video quite soon, actually, but we're not at the end yet. About half an hour from now, there's an upload, which I uploaded earlier and scheduled it for 7:30 p.m. UK time, which is, let me see, 1:30 p.m. Central USA time. So that is, wow, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Video coming up with just a Freaky Friday read, having a bit of fun with the Halloween tarot. Check that out. That's coming up pretty soon. Okie dokie. And you enjoyed the driving video, Sophia? That is good news. Okay. Now then, Kat is asking, almost a year ago, my basement apartment flooded due to heavy rainstorm. It's still not repaired. Do you see it being finished before the end of the year? Like to get it done soon. Quick drink of my Coke, which is 0 sugar Coke, by the way. I'm being good. It's not 0 caffeine. That stuff tastes really weird, and I could do with the caffeine at the moment. Right. Let's take up the cards again and just ask about this for Kat. Okay. I'm going to use a pendulum, actually, but I want to look at the cards as well before we get there. 3 of Wands. Right. It's coming in. Who can say when it's going to come in? I feel it will be by the end of the year, but I'm going to ask the pendulum about that, Kat. But what we've got here is it's coming in, okay? You've done all you can. It's coming towards you like the ships here. But you see, you never know with ships. A ship can be ever so close to its destination and a storm blows up, and that's the end of it. In fact, I watched a video about a guy repairing a boat today, a German guy repairing a boat, and he got it going, and he was sailing along, and he was very nearly ready to kind of tie the boat up and get off, and the engine failed, and he had to drop anchor about like 20 feet away from the shore. You know, it goes like that. I think there's going to be ups and downs with it, Kat. But the 3 of Wands cards say, yes, you know, your ship is coming in. That repair is going to get made. Okay, now let's get the pendulum and check if that's going to be by the end of the year. Okay, will this be by the end of the year, please? Yeah. I know that took a second, but the string was twirling. That as soon as the string stopped, it immediately started giving me a big fat yes. Okay, so it will be by the end of the year. I think it'll be sooner than that. I've got early November in my head. Okay. Now you might remember, Kat, I had a hole in my roof earlier this year, and it went on for months, and there was terrible rainstorms all through those months. And I didn't know what I could do because I live in the middle of nowhere, as you see in my kind of videos where I'm driving up the mountain to get to the road. No builder would bring their van down here to do that job for me. In fact, one builder did, and he got his van stuck, and he swore a lot and refused to ever work for me at all, ever, after that. And I thought it would never get fixed. And then one day, I was just really lucky. I happened to meet a roofer while I was helping someone with some logs up in the woods. This roofer came and oh, great. And he came down and he fixed it for a good price. You know, I had to wait and wait, but disaster was averted. And that's what it's going to be like, Kat. I feel we're looking at November time. Okay. But I also feel very strongly, don't worry about it, really. Okay, really, you know, we're bound to worry about it. It'd be kind of irresponsible if we didn't worry about these things, wouldn't it? But, you know, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I really feel that strongly. Okay, I think Adrienne is with us. I just saw a long line of Adrienne saying AQ. Yeah, here she is. Right, okay. S, will I marry or not? Let's find out. Okay. I think this pendulum is nicely in tune with you at the moment. S, it's the tiger's eye one, the tiger's eye point. Will S marry or not? Right, it's given me a D shape. Okay, now that is like partly yes, partly no. It's kind of non-committal, isn't it? But what you need to do is let go of worrying about it, S, honestly. That used to be a real important thing that bothered. Oh dear, I've lost the video connection. Here we go. We've had an hour. I think it gets a bit shirty with me after an hour. Anyway, hi Adrienne. But yeah, S, right. I used to worry about that so much. Okay, and now I'm 57. I'm still on my own. I don't think there will ever actually be anyone to get married to, and it's fine. You know, I'm really kind of happy like this. To be quite honest, life is pretty good. Can't complain about it. But hey, there we go. Work drama, Holly. Oh dear. Right. Well, I hope, Adrienne, I hope your work drama is not getting too difficult. To be honest, asking, my husband's company wants us to relocate soon, but we don't want to move. That's part of the reason for the stress. I see what you mean. Okay. It's going to get sorted out. I know about that manifests as one reason, but there's a lot of tangled stuff going up, Vivian, really. So try and see it that way if you can. Try and sort it out one thing at a time. Right, well, the internet's going mad at this point, guys. So very sorry if I haven't actually tackled your question. Cat's saying yes. Okay, great. Glad. So yeah, wonderful. Yeah, let's keep positive. Let's keep saying yes, 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 Kat. That is going to get sorted out in plenty of time. It really is. now. If you'd like to make a donation at coffee.com/twig, you can have a look at, I put some new pictures on there today of the sort of late summer Twig Brother garden. PayPal.me/twigbrother is also a great way to donate. And if you'd like a private reading, 35and83@gmail.com. That is 35and83@gmail.com for a private reading or a birth chart. If you'd like one of those, do let me know. Same time, all those things are down there in the description below the video. Okay, it's the only way to go down from this video. Other than that, the only way is up. So have a fantastic weekend, friends. Have a fantastic time ahead. Drop a thumbs up on this video if you've liked it. Hit the old subscribe, ring the bell. Sandy G, let's quickly do Sandy. All right, Sandy G. Do you see me getting married in the temple? Devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Get your manifesting head on. It's not indicated at the moment, but, you know, if you really get manifesting thoughts behind it, then you can manifest a really good person. Then it will work. Beverly's Wi-Fi is playing up too. Tell me about it. It seems to give us about an hour and then it seems to start playing up. I don't know if that's YouTube rationing it or what, but I do know my new Cat 8 Ethernet cable seems to have done its job. We've had a good one. Coming up in 15 minutes time on this very channel is today's Freaky Friday reading 5-card spread using my new camera, new microphone with the camera, and it's all new. It's all beautifully lit. Check it out. Tell me what you think. Freaky Friday tarot reading coming up in 15 minutes from now, 40 minutes from now, actually. So don't miss it. I'll see you again Sunday. Okay, I'll be here Sunday, 3 p.m. Central USA time, 9 p.m. In UK time. Oh, hi, Patricia. If I haven't said hi to you, thanks so much for joining us. And I'll see you again very soon, guys. Love to you, light to you, blessings.